Emma Munina Quabas no code Mubaras media so and Anumbre. Asaya Trasibium, and Nayabana dear, Nayaba. Yanimu bedin komo ye ni a church and Simbinum. And Yama be Boba, the Minister of Education. Nisida, I know the pa, I'm saying my ne, a school for non crano. Adriana Crom be di crano. I think say ya trouble kasi pa school mo. Yabeka no one se me de no so to wa. To Kwabi Koso between the finance minister and the minister of education. Ama nkos niema bi enkoso ye and I'm so my teacher for in tua wonka teacher trainees in tua moka nsembebre education sector no and this for ase no and I'm so my would have your markings etumi kogina mo parliament ebie na no kan kire the Minister of Education said, on the finance minister Nkasa, na finance minister, release Sikamano. Don't to fan support to a new mahodo. I want at the education ministry. Yabeka no asem. If also an echo, John Mahama and Ibrahim Mahama, and then another scandal. According to sources, John Mahama and Ibrahim Mahama assigned Aje another golden site. Waje free company no nsemene ye ne de ye bedin koma fa ho ye fro so ne ye din koma fa promises amahama maye in terms of private jet renting ene de ne oyo ne ye din komo adentia for 2 good times abere bi amahama te Ghana konwa so na Ghana for be o maje so mbeto plane piano ni wi Ibrahim Mahama eto private jet e ya asem sebe Nema bi wachina ye ni mana ye bedin komo e de afa sa asem no ho ye firi onso ani abo awuram kakra and the police recruitment nso nema bi ikoso a minority in parliament aka ho asem ayenso ebedibe ho kakra if you go operation recruit all loot operation recruit all loot Operation could recruit all loot. Akoya sim de da ho. Eni mu eni babia ejina e ho ani na. Attorney General Sabio ono Attorney General oye the person in charge of this operation recruit all why no. Waba bontre se nsema orafo no ka ye ni nyina no. Na eyentro omunim de na omuka omukata omoni na omuase enipa wo ye wi sika we abra na enye no kre ye beka sa asem no ehun kon because ne first wusu kwache nkonkonsani trofo epese omra no me defend ni party a oba ye nso ono so de oka no otwa esa e de fa ho ye beka sa afasa asem we ho na se no ene be ye our last topic ansana yene jumadie no abana wiye but before yeni kaintie Reverend Mfojo team on issues are concerning about the police recruitment video no sipe na mabawuram na ye the first episode abremo hadi na idrusu versus atofo entokoso ewo montam ewia na ya prospect yeni kantie Reverend team Mfojo ni video we emresesia
can say NDC full soldiers say one expand the age limit nim free 25 and 35 no be apply. Minister for Interior Honorable Muntaka and so edges our populist idea need to catch Ghana for say Canada na fa police immigration fire service any prison service junior ranks no and other ranks junior recruits no one for AC 25 no or tremu akọ 35 nti wo a wanyi edu 35 bi akra to me apply no emma dodo na nya adwen bi se ene aban akọ tam slot bebre nti no ene obi anso apply ene omo gigi obi a 220 series application form omo wie ye no over 500,000 over 500,000 youth ene odo omo nsem sika aban atwene free sa mrante ne maba wa omo ni adwuma ehwe ne mu se ka aban be mo adwuma yi ho through this recruitment 113 million cities and over or Jesus can free who ye pe and okoye aptitude test be no computer and internet near the no so unya kwatena na wo ye pe o click ya titire dodo over 70% ababia wotie on internet nsisi so no ubie ya be 2 minutes na teko network ne teko a ebe ba no na say time out enti no wonye question ne kra no na say why disqualified sa kwase boy su de ye ntena ho e ma mrante ne maba wo Ghana ha mo sa aka no ebi to forms no miensa oto miensa na so aboka 660 akwani ba otwa ye de ye screening de ye body selection de ode call internet cafe o ma boka bebre ni sa ban woni mpefe se 5000 pe na ba befa na utwa ntro e de li owom e de dada wom e ma $500,000 apply so de be abenya sika fi omo ho no atwa ho abeka se 5000 pe na afa de a wabu om kwase a on for mu sika sama om ewie ni sanso ewie e se ye hwehwemu a mu edo pa na edo sa recruitment scam we are buying na nsachasi ehwehwemu yie na yesesam na yetutu bibia hyehye ne yie ansa ya to aso na ka buying the na scam emranti over 500,000 se said omu bu afu afa so omo ete omu gu mountain so a insecurity serious national security threat on for music amawom ne hwehwemu ne nsisi recruitment ne yi ye mama aban kwan emo ngoso a scam wa scam ekuafo o sambe scam emranti omu ne adwuma dopa ne do sa recruitment scam we are buying na nsachasi ehwehwemu yie ne yesesam ne yetutu bibia hyehye ne yie ansa ya to aso na ka buying the na scam emranti over 500,000 se said omu bu afu afa so omo ete omu gu mountain so a insecurity serious national security threat on for music amawom TC mongo so scam wa scam ekuafo
establishment for that is the issue there. I say the NDC among no MPP the minority in the parliament no chere won pass nyansa wo hoyi ade amu eduru obi nyansa ni ne de obi a emu eduru pa emfa ho ene mododo amoye se mu ni nyansa wo you always remain victorious. The other no the real meaning of all what they are doing police case police recruitment no chrono and no more papa be away the internal ministry hono episode more chrono o person gigi sika mfire hia for bottom na on fanka de all din that if a man for a hia for bottom no or gibia ka ho and salary na indirectly robbing from the ordinary poor Ghanaian we ye asema ye didi kai afei ye ba be wuram na ye di nkomo kakra afa papa we ne ho papa we ene sabio the actual minister of finance e won tokwa pa na ntokwa na e wo mu ntam no me ka hari no idrisu ene at force entokwa bia beda nkrofo we entamu a me maame da na apia me kwaba oho te se maame entokwa bia beda nkrofo we entamu a ene enkrofo a omo sofa the consequences no Ghana school for nkura a teacher for ene sofa asema ho nyina ne se hari na idrusu the potential vice presidential candidate for the NDC in case Yamami Ayefrene Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai, the actual sitting vice president. Say NDC for you is no number the flag bearer for the NDC. A more probably say Harino Idrusu, near probably cry, a confirm, say a Harino Idrusu, and a bear day, a vice presidential candidate Ediama Yamame that Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai. Ato force so no ewo kwam bi so no Ghana fo binom NDC fo binom propagate say enam dollar ne bo aba fam any inflation ati aba fam nti no omo feel say obo ne homodene or ye adwuma enti yemma ono mboma ye the presidential candidate for the NDC enti sa nkrofo mienu wei agina two position bia internally ntokwa wo mo ntamu pa because now ato force no NDC pa mo ye bogus bogus party ato kwasi apanyini force na sabio criminal it say ato force a common ambulance who sika kro po ho kro no NDC fue push say he should come and stand as the flag bearer for the MDC enti ama ato force edwene say oma ministerial yen kan say education ministry ho no oma sika ko ho kese a obviously the NDC people are umbeto aba delegation no ayi the flag bearer and the flag bearer of the party no ebedwene say because of the efficiency adwuma pa hari na drusu aye ne minister of education one omo be ma manfo bedwene say ono ne maame no ekugina say flag bearer any vice eye easy say NDC betumi awene and for that reason tino ato forcing force punish hari na drusu at the education ministry ho enti enama me no ka say the school feeding program financing atonsum sikanko a teacher for payment almost salaries sikanko ne de atua one allowances sikanko ne de atua wo te say minister of education happening ho na de aye nyuma temiye pa Ministry of Education na ewo ho na do danko akufo ado npeso na ekase sabio na nado enidi ewo Jubilee House ho na wanya sika dia sponsor na oyo NDC for they are enjoying everywhere but the education ministry no ya bound no ya to atwene ba bi bra sika minister of education in some education ministry no ye masika anko because the priority of the NDC your enjoyment ya dey to say private jet to akwantu akese party celebrations and nkwasi adwuma that is what the NDC is doing with the monies the taxpayers money instead of taking care of the education adentia enam internal fight nti Ghana forma and in fact, the same way. Harina Idrisu Ankasa Babontiamba can same way. I say, you can't blame me for the mess at the education ministry because everything is about money and everything about money lies in the hands of the finance ministry. He has the final say. So blame him for the no payment of allowances, salaries, and other things you are complaining about. Enti ene harina do so be gina nipa doma nim ka kire yen say ono ya aware say the Ministry of Education eho no adwuma bi enkoso ho pacho temi ye pa harina idrusu ankasa na oye the Minister of Education no aba abontre me kan kire Ghana for say ono ankasa nim say a teacher for a omo na omo gina ho e kire ye nkwada ade no onim say aban ne ntua wonka na mbom ono kan kire yen say enye ono ne fault enye ono ne fault na mbom no the finance minister mbom e na aheda say ontua a teacher for akatua emma won enam say papa idwene say otua a teacher for akatua ebema adwuma na sabio Haruna Idrisu ye no animu abanyam enti se animu so ba nyam a ebema the position a Haruna Idrisu hwehwe as the vice presidential candidate no ebetumi ayeho. So if that is so there, any Ato Forcing is punishing the Ministry of Education just to make sure say the Minister of Education cannot do anything at the education sector. Yes, see, astronomy no eko ewura ma enwura ewa from NSOFA. Na asemo ya American ebia na unjimi ni se entokwa na ekoso ewo NDC mu no about yen can say who to lead, who to replace Mahama. Haruna Idrisu ene Ato Forcing tokwa no enye ne na hyase o enye ne na hyase na nsi bia ncheli bia Haruna Idrisu ba bonten be ka asem bi tie me yie pa sa asem na Haruna Idrisu ba ebe ka ye no it meant a lot. Haruna Idrisu ankasa no ye NDC ni no ebe jina bonten kan say ebisa questions to the finance minister or say they say the economy has stabilized. Yes, it has, but as it translates into growth, Mosi sikasem na koyie. Na osi se sikasem na mosi akoyie no. This ama omane nkoso no nkoso ana. Haruna Idrisu ne bisa asem wo osi has it given the teaming youth employment? Ama maburu na ewo man no na na people are in the stability. And Crofona war for no feel say no crese or minus no or say Sanema miensa way and nature so my be nisika sem ekoya on sem to ko muntem and to ko muntem because of internal positions. And Haruna Idrisu criticized the finance minister. Say, oh, no, Moses Odro me mwakoba bushamba na wa like na wa share so amame na wa comment na machiao. Won subscribe to channel no so na wa subscribe na beka bushako no. Temiye pa. Haruna Idrisu ene twa the finance minister na dapa sa no. This is adapa fufu. Or see yen kamagana fonyina anti asye se sa ayi inflation na atwe aba form dollar to CD rate na atwe aba form no artificial because normally inflation dollar rate no nka eba form a nka wo se entumi show se enkoso titiro bi koso e wo Ghana fo yisikasem yamamuo ene yisikasem especially no enkoso titiro bi koso ebi ne adwuma ebi ne se ye ko yanim anase nkrofo no omo down ho no omunya atenka bi se oman ne sikasem okofom. But according to Haruna Idrisu ono ye NDC ni o NDC minister ese saa niema miensa wei enya ade bi a yehu ne wo amanfo no akache. And why should the finance minister go around and say he has stabilized the economy? And papa yi kan nsem we ne nsem ahodo bi a waka enam internal position tino ama Ato Forcing so ya na dwene say he will never release money into the Ministry of Education. Said the beya education sector na be say na NDC for any Ghana for ebetumi abo Haruna Idrisu timbone na amaho kwan amono Haruna Ato Forcing no atimi aba be presidential candidate for the NDC in 2028. TME pa o hweo asemo ya mekan Man, you say, me MPP ni. I will never hide the same MPP. Me MPP ni pa. But me a principled man. I do it with principle. Send this MPP ni ya boni America. MPP ni aya mismanagement. MPP ni bokro no America. MPP ni say o man na me hu America. Sa na ndisi so mu din semfon ese ye madache. Ye education o mu di agro. Hadi na idrusu ne atofo sin to kwantino. A teacher for salary nko. Allowances nko. Anything about school piano enko ye. In fact, officially, I'm telling you, listen to me very carefully. September 2026, the free education will be cancelled. You have to pay before you can go to school. Because the finance minister called Ato Forsen. The finance minister has made it clear, say, Ghana as a country, we cannot sustain the free education policy. But we can sustain purchases of private jet for the president. Say you can't and then a listen to me very carefully. September 2026. I feel we are your me. Let me assure you and let me make you aware, sir. The free education policy now, and I don't Dr. Bawumia, Ede ayi, yan can say, Betty Bo won yam, a bo won buying, a bo modern. So, omobe support to the human capital system. Yebema man for nim dear, no minor pajani mwakona nimno. And this government is saying, say, they cannot finance it. Until September, we by Amubichum. Now say, see, unimu na unimu wa rena. Unimu wa rena. And then the people, Nkrofono muye juma wa schools are hudu no. So even the school system, school no your system now, our education system no, and you break down. Because they don't believe in education itself, and they don't even want Ghanaians. Ghana for because believe say Ghana for nyan propaganda ne ntro ne nkwasi akeka omode omu campaign no enya baabi njina ewo Ghana maimu. So they are doing everything that they can to make sure say omonko a e de betumi anya akwanya omomma omo asefo enkwa na betumi anya akwanya akọ school na bere bia no omo abusua no anya njina bere titiro bi ewo man na nkaifo no de ya dane moa. No one that says, see, don't get will come and tell you, say a fan crofone in police. Why in a bay crofone a police for a look at this mentality. Listen to the mentality. I won't crofone with him. So what you? So, and this he prefers say, Omega got to talk part the Abraham. Now, Omodia two Omosa for him. The woman vice president, first ever in the history of this country, Obedi Akonye the achievement ya wa achieve say she goes around sharing part to Ghanaian young ladies. Now to me sansunya NDC communicate about Bonteme country say Her Excellency Nana Jena Ajiman Rod Nana Jena Ajiman Opoku, what is the name? Had the dignity about the vice presidency office because of she goes around to share part to the youngest in the country. Well, you know, these men, this group of people, no, they don't have what it takes to lead a country. And all of us, we are going to benefit wrongly. We are all going to face the consequences of this administration. education in economy, and let me show you something. Look at what the students are eating in the schools.
So this is for all of you. Yes. One fish is for all of you. Yes. Oh, that's my Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord. And this is your gift which you are about to receive from the crown. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Okay, so
here as well, maintaining correct serving sizes.
So Miriam, I think say you see the video where you know and John Dalegat Mani mahama kujina simpie ni apaso say or don't know babe ye president na wababe yo the free education policy ni ye papa kaya to the point say or no be the vice or be president of the republic. There be a Ghana niba oko school be a very akoko baako. One day be the crop promise you more pizza. Or see pizza for every child. Edu be the cross see a kwako tom ponche nam nin and trinama free market. Edi ababe ye duane mo school for manadi. Me yaba ma. Enkwan we, sa nkwan we a wo hwe. Sa nkwan
Produce over 100.
Sa nkwan we a wo hwe. Akukwa nam a akukwa ba akon ye de ma school for nkura no wo hefa. Look at the table where you enipa be 17 or mujina ho omba be didi. Look at what emo ne ensuo abe enkatenkwan ena ya hono de ama nkura no. Akukwa no wo hefa. Akukwa no wo he. Akukwa ba akono wo he. Enim. What is happening? There happen is because of internal positions NDC had na idrusu ne ato force na hwehwenti no. Sika wo say yemfa nko Ministry of Education ho. Na yemfa nye school no yie no. Enko omote so. A teacher for a yentua wonka. Ena ma abontene se omo kwa akoye dede. Amanfo rent aso omo ntumi ntua. Omo nsuo kaba, light bill aba. They cannot pay them. But hadina idrusu and ato force omo ntokwa na chi no. Ato force na tumi issue warning say nkrofo no nim na omo kwa abonte so omo kwa akoye dede. He will he will not pay them and he will sack all of them from the government payroll. A teacher for the nurse for nkai for na komo atuma. They cannot even complain. Abra nkrata in the Constitution of the Republic ye krata na se mra esombo wo manum ekyere demonstration oyekere eye obia akwanya emra tempon e wo manum de maye. But during this party and this for abreso no apani di ubone a you don't have the right to demonstrate. Abani do but now couple say you don't have media houses on best support to ama wasem akwa abontre. Wa hwe mu we ye wo hoyi. Na hwe nkwan ya de guso ne nam a. Ghana for ya ye ho bone ho. Ghana for ya ye ho bone. Ya tutuo di aboy ankasa ye yam asay ye niema. From one chicken for a child to adwene yapo asem na ya miwia debianto ando memo akwa bapa. From one full chicken mahama promise of one full chicken, and then one full chicken no when nama yede man kura no school so munkodi. What is happening? Dabiana meka say NDC will never tell you say you try free education. Official they say you. They will bring conditions and situations in the free education. Uya maamia odo oba, uya papa odo oba. Now we sika so betime tua oba school fees ya. You will never send them to the free education. Why more? Emo dodo way enkwanya yedi guso. Ethiopia na hoto no kofre na complaining to his mother or his father. Actually, the mother will take the person away from the free education. And this is how the NDC is going to make sure to destroy the free education. The one and the only policy, even the IMF has stood up to congratulate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP for being able to implement such a great policy. Now, the free education is going. Gradually, they're destroying it. Gradually, every child will lose hope in going to the free education. That is what is going on. A teacher for Abamuanko in Tia Wonka. Na mo teacher for Maso Entene. John Mahama Nebreso last time. Much there 3 good years. Mahama stood up and told you so no there or you drum funu. Enti se mbe kwa abontre makoye ye kire kura na mfa ne ho. Enti omfa mo ho. Munsumungu munkunkum ho omfa mo ho. Orene kayo. At the end of the day, oba se onimo be ye agreement no. Even though you have taught the children for 3 good years no. Omam only 3 years, a 3 months salary. But it was not enough. It was not enough for the teachers. It was not enough for the nurses. Training teachers, training nurses. That was not enough for you. Now look at what is going on. A teacher for a nurse for any doctor for government workers or Morgan and Yana can testify say Nana Addo's administration increase prices salaries by heart. Oba no abetum. Munya compreni ana watum. Ene wahu. Mwakatia na ewo se monsanka no. These guys cannot pay. And more or less on betu makatia mudi amamo. Ema ame ya afrim poma. Emo akwaba pa. Sanso na ama. Emo akwaba. Wei ene ekoswo. This is the reality. Because you say efie ankambo mwa sebio fie ne ankambo mwa you can't do nothing. Ena montokwani position ekoso party no munti no mismanagement no ajiba bia na wahu papa bia ye frɛ papa na ye frɛ Afenyo Markins oye bodo papa no be jina parliament enra etrɛtrɛ nsɛm binu mu de kyerɛ hari na idrusu sɛ onim sɛ finance minister sabotage no ya wadu twim as a minister of education na po as a minister of education ɛna nka school for be dia aduane wei na de yɛ me ya ne sɛ obi a wa implement free education manage na ne nan so Ghana for to me ka sɛ he is not capable of managing it. But ye kofa obia but I had free education eba almost yen enye possible almost ye 419 yen kofa omomra na omomom na betuma ye free education ye on esunsun sanso. In fact na ye me ya. Na ye me ya. But sometimes I also say Ghana for some of the Ghanaians merit to experience such conditions because baby na ye can agency for no ntia say mahama ye incompetent. Baby na ye ka na nkrofo na omunya nyamfie aduasa no o ka omo ntia se they don't know about mahama but we experience him. Mahama Bresu is Minister for Employment. Ekotena radio so kan kire Ghana for educated ne graduate Ghanaians say so munya adwuma anya o mfa boton kwa ne nanwura mu kwasesa abo emegu kwanche na o monto trip by trip. Esanso nya courage kan kire nkrofo se o monko twetwa nwura emeton fa ma amanfo mo eyeden eye ne moa. But when you na achi no we got some people jiminti yetimi convince you say mahama say opana ba be education ni ye ama mo adwuma pa why automatic posting and na asefo and the finance minister is not paying, the minister of education is crying in parliament. Miriam Fenyo Markins was saying the things the way they are. Look at the face of Haruna Idrusu when the truth was told into his face. Listen.
Speaker has warned teachers against picketing during working hours and advised them to use official channels to address their concerns. Mr. Speaker, I am happy seeing my big brother, the Honorable Minister of Education. I'm happy seeing him in the chamber. I think this is an opportune time for the majority leader to program him to fully brief us on this situation. Mr. Speaker, you cannot use administrative fiat to deny somebody his constitutional bona fides. That right to demonstrate, to picket, is being denied. Teachers, Mr. Speaker, that you are issuing threats when you are not there. The Director General of GS, he's forgotten you yourself, you are a lawyer, and you would embrace in your practice. You practice in the area of human rights, and a constitutional bona fide is being denied. Mr. Speaker, this is unacceptable, and the minister would have to come and brief us on this matter. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the nurses, if they are getting a better treatment by way of their arrears, why can't you do the same for teachers? And Mr. Speaker, the minister is only telling the media that as for him, he is there. If he is there, he doesn't have a problem. The problem is the finance minister. You need to reconcile. You sit with him at cabinet. Now you have just come. We will spare you. We will not put too much pressure on you. But Honorable Minister, the teachers need clearance. Put pressure on the finance minister. He is your junior brother. Tell him to approve for you to recruit. It's not enough to tell the media that it's not your responsibility. That's unacceptable, Honorable Minister of Education. I'm sorry, today is your first day at work, but we need to do our job. The teachers are suffering. Yes, of course, we all know. We all know the situation, and we wish him well. He's our brother. Mr. Speaker, we need the teachers to be employed. They need to be recruited. Is it a sin to train as a teacher? Didn't you promise employment? And then all that the minister says is that the finance minister has not given clearance. You sit in cabinet with him, talk to him, and engage him, and get him to give you clearance. Instead of you people paying attention to the critical issues in the economy, you are fighting over who will succeed President Mahama.
Sawate. Aha. The assembly ye pa. Assembly na me kan kire ono. Enya atrobi na media. Eye asema ekoso. Ewo andisi amanyoko no. They are fighting obra. They are fighting in the party for who to succeed Mahama. And for that matter, Tino, yama menyew, uyemi anameso media yew. Entienne, the ordinary Ghanaian, usun ne wawere huo, any wedja joy dawoso. The NDC does not care at all. They don't care. They don't care. All what they are interested in say Darega every soa who is coming to succeed him. Hadina Idrusu anase atofo Hadina Idrusu anase atoforsen and a beso sedino. That is what the NDC is thinking of. And that is why the consequences are falling on our teachers, our nurses, our students, Nkrofo Muko school. That is why they are the people suffering. Na yenyan rubabia afeni ashase. Yenyan rubabia o. This is just 1 year and 2 months. I'm thinking of when we will get to 2 years of governance. Na aka 2 years pe na mahama EBP afra kunyaso. Then that time there, obia, everybody will do whatever he wants to do. Now this year, won't me ye. And this is from point for Muntie me ye. There is no way you can win the election 2028. Molusu from Arava. Molusu. Ene ye trend this for dini. And DC supporters are refusing to go and register themselves. Temiyepa. And this Amanyoko no. Nkrofo muwom. Supporters no. They are not going to register themselves because almost say, almost feel say, ye ni omo and nini ye. Na tabrimfo ena mamfo say omo enkonko register. Na ebedru bra munyina mu interest because who's to succeed mahama. One be wakoto abadi amao. MPP mpo na obetra konya so a lot of social interventions or they solve a lot of problems in the in Ghana Kolano. People refuse to go out and vote for them. Namo, hey, 2028, ebeye musu. And today you can keep on and do shifting brain. Mon koso na munye brain shifting. Hadina Idrusu na aye, finance minister na aye, na yesuku no yense no. Na NDC for now, omo benefiting from free education. No. Ye ko 2026 we am September, na mu twa free education no mo. Then you will see the route to ebekoso abontene. Ekoso abontene so we automatically it means say 2028 election. Those route is going to be exhibited in non-voting for the NDC, and that will let the NDC come with maybe 35% of the total vote cast. Ye preditio. Hey, me can't say I don't pray. When you know when I'm second in Japan, ni 23% yen can say when no, a loose no. Me preditio. Later I will show you that post. Me na me yes post no. And this will get the biggest shock in their life in 2028. Because Omwa messy up we, Omwa say be there is nothing they can do today to what? To regain their image as a party. Everybody has lost confidence in them. Most of the promises na Omwa ye namsuma amamfo koto abade mo omono. Ene de dua ya amene wo kasei. Aye bibia wo ho. Aye abo bi sen. Until they are fighting. I didn't do to say any fought. I took force in so train any or president yadi. And I got a school for Ankura. And I had a want to know or move from. So that is why and now me no can say school at the anini ho. You have video way. Na yam fast segment way in Jato.
So this is for all of you. Yes. One fish is for all of you.
Yes. That's my Praise the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord. And it is your gift which you are about to receive from the promise. Through Christ our Lord.
Oh, abusuante asem enya reho. Ma me esta me mo akwa ba ye pa won te say. Enti ade we enya reho. Wa hwe namo. Hwe. Mahama so be ma akora bia akukọ namba ako. Enso ne hwe nama ye de ma ankora ewo school. Hwe. Enama ne de ma ankora ni o. Enama akora ne ba bedi ewo na duane o ba bedi so no. Wa mfa bi no korokora na wo hu ni ye. Agi so fa bi no koro. Na wa hwem from far as na wa hu ba bi adwene na da. Na Ghana fo yesi ye na nado ene Dr. Bawumia. Yen konkɔpa dwuma emfa ma obi papa. But ne wa betu samia. You will feel the pains. And you will feel the pains. Na nado ne Dr. Bawumia omo asefo, they will never suffer in their life. But also unkopa dwuma ma no ene wo ba ka kopa dwuma ye. Now they are 12 aduane ma oba adi ne wo school. Enye se obeba na na fu ayeden ahono. Mahama took advantage of this to tell Ghanaians, he said, "Nuane a yede ma ye school for school under nanado abreso. Yede ma ono ne knama na oye ne wo fie kura na knama ne yeden eni aduane no." Me abadi ma. Ene Karma has catch Mahama to the point to say, school for kura no. Omuko school kura na a teacher for ni ho ombekire omo ade. Aduane ombedi so na kwa yasem. Ensu a ya hono ene nkatie yede asi jaso kakra bi na yede aba enipa edunso aduane enkwan a yede be ma omo me nkwan de ma me se me fa ni fufu a esu ama me se ya na ese epe o ya na ese epe ene ne yene yentena ho na yenhwe nkwasiafo yi ene omo nyuma omo ye as they no there enye easy to accept it because we meet we akora bi aminim no abusuani bi ko school a na ahokyere wo fie na ofirimi area anase ofirima kura ase ano yema busuani at the larger pointer abusuani betumi afre me se memmoa wo. So that is what makes me cry, because yesen aba abeji me husika adentia His Excellency the incompetent president John Darega Dramani Mahama is in power. And akwawe no oye so reckless say obedi akonwa berebia enkwasiafo bi no nya akwanya ye de ani kwanse ye ewie sika bokro no ahwe nto. But our people sometimes they deserve to suffer so that they can learn sense. And then the Mahama ye say wajisika war system no mu nyina kogu banks. Because the Socialism Party, their ideology, their principles, and they say the state should get rich and the people should get poor. Say the bayana, ye banny amount a mount Kobe, ye mount Tina Pa, a bemo trima yod and alco to Abadiama Mahama. Any NDC for that is what they are doing. In this already now, Omu Jessica through the light bill, ye man for through the police recruitment, ye man for. Sabi odu sika kakra bi efri Europe so de ko Ghana ya sen ate so ye masika nwo system num na e de abegina country say inflation ate aba form, so praise the government. Hey sana ye no enye sakura. In any case entrance yen ko yanim na yen consent for. So this is your education sector for you. Atia pansam asay Bibia no way adwuma biem school no ebegu September 2026 free education will not be there anymore. Fatu team emo be nada. This is the segment of the first one. We our first segment. Me bro for na nemu ete anemu ehwam me ka bro for mu ehwam pa. And this is the first segment. Ye wie yento aso na yenko yanim na yemfa new issues emrel. Bam ora.
Before we came into power. When we came into power. In fact, it was on the day that the oral report was being handed over to me that he mentioned the figure, the 20.1 billion. But of course, that figure was based upon his own calculation of, the sums that were involved. So, for instance, if you take, you take, let's say, drip, all right, the figure involved there is over $100 and something million. Right, when you take the value of lands that were, you know, allegedly looted, they estimate the land in cantonments is what, 500,000 a plot.
Yeah.
So what he did was basically a back of the envelope type of calculation,
okay.
And that is the figure that he put out. Now he has put a heavy load on my head because now everyone expects me to bring in, you know,
20 billion.
20 billion. Yes, but
is that the case from where you sit?
No, from where I sit, it may be up to 20 billion. It may be up to 20 billion if you take the funds we are tracing offshore, you know, into account, because a lot of monies were moved out. I mean, offshore. All right. And I mean, but if you take what is in country, the kinds of things we are looking at now, you know, so if you take, let's say the buffer stock matter is 78 million Ghana cedis, that's like $7.8 million, right? Or the $7 million. If you take another $7 million from Dubois, $2 million from Skytrain, and so on and so forth. I do not think that you go up to 21 billion, but
abuzi out in ye pa I mean we are some of kuno memo akwaba what in ye operation recover all loot Ghana for mabinuma bokro no ye bani abeji musika di amamo monto abama yen Ghana for MPP for awia $21 billion ya den kwasi afo na petumi ampa okuja tabra kwa esimu nkekae Mr. Alien ami mami Esther Wofie Mr. Alien nkwasi akeka MPP for abokro no ye bani ababeji esika we ya wie sika dodo we ne hwan ni nyina amount to $21 billion ebra na petumi ene yensa ka tumi na omumebu akonta ama yen on this issue of ORA 1 and 2 months 1 year 2 months in here Ghana for see here accountability ye here update on that particular matter ekosi saying I feel General, the man in charge of this operation recruit all the trans here. But say best figure na etis. Nabos oku ajato abrakwa edenama bontene se sika na no ebima wi from ebuto esa from na se system no. Or the calculation no. Eye edanyachi equation eye ntro eye kuku ya debi inability was the back of the envelope calculation it effective and then say as no boundary one does not make sense. There are no basis of reasonable reasons the was making sense. In fact, a guy in this book the older mahama I came on this platform and I told Ghanaians say, a sentence, because and now me no can say yes, na man for 2 tons a man for we answer 1.5 years in it. Why na didn't coach na coach wa we assassinity of family. Yeah, we are corner here base there because she will hold. In fact, the political party. Let me pa. Someone say everything the NDC was saying with this slogan, and ora no they are telling you that the otifa ora ho the oti say omo kafa ora ho nsem ne ntro mo di yes through the ora omo kwa akoye no sidi nyina ye nsem bia na ye bossre muka Now there were there were no evidence to support their claim say will be a real sika. Because I say drip machines, for example, no, on one account, I just want to bring it down. You're breaking it down. Drip machines. You see a boka $3 billion, around there $3 million. Because Okujata Brakwa na on tia mu na ekomodeno because medical country said the NDC leaders no they live only on the state. Omo abrabo nyina eye oman na ehwe won. Because NDC for omunia ban mu a komodi omunti no. The obeka kire won say sa 3 billion na say 3 million na yede koto drip machines no. According to him, krono bi wo ho. Enti krono bi wo ho a nyese bi a oba beye a calculated deduction, reduction, multiplication. Now I can say be a year or minor 21 million or dabi. Sikana buying that down cancel the kotos our machines no. To okuja tabrakwano. Sa sikano. Any na corruption. Nti of Jessica nina or sit drip machine. We are 3 billion. Now say in the right sense, we will be our dreaming equal chile say. Machines na yedi abano e wo hodie but according to Kujata Brakwano Ghana ban yedi che Ghana ban for free enti 3 million na yedi koto ye nyina no obi ne wi aye and obi di machines no so che Ghana for. What sense does it make? For example, the Bank of Ghana new building. Now I don't know why people support this in Kwasiafoi. Bank of Ghana new building. You say the 200 million and the C. NDC, Sami Jamfi, and Kwasiafo Omukasama and this ya mine, Abanyuku. Ebejina Bontre catch the Ghana phone, you know, say, Sa building no, Chronocasia, Akosuoho. So they are coming to take money, sir. Abino every year. No, they are Ghana for. But I have a question to ask you. 200 million ADC is dino. How can you tell me say the whole 200 million chrono will be a chrono 200 million? And yes, say the 170 million see I believe 30 million will be a part of the money that we are going to retrieve. That be to Okuja Tabrakwa or Paja. The whole cost of the building no see a chrono will be a chrono no they are sure. As a Sibida cantonment. Now you see a town at the amount be 100 Ghana. Ujimi I to you your point of view. Eye 100 Ghana. Now asasino utinke say the value of it should be 300 million. Into so the ana watre obi awi asase the value at 300 million. This is how the ora and Kwasiafo ora for no. They just took pen and paper to write down to bring out some issues as a corruption, as a scandals, as allegations on corruption. Now, what was going on? The Attorney General, the supreme man in terms of judiciary in the country, and I can't tell Ghana and say, Okuja Tabrakwa pressure so. Because in some of the Tabrakwa kaye, Sika Obupo no to him no, and you possible Ghana for MPP for years Sika no Babia. Because why Okuja Tabrakwa for so oh yeah calculations can Sika be boom no. No, yen this new when your people was it to him no a unreasonable way to do a calculation. A balance of fast and calculation estimation. ATN pressure don't know what champagne so say $21 billion in family. Oh, when was here? Well, when him was here, and him was here. And then no ubi someone sema and this four cannot give you answers. Yet the first of Sukwachi Eko Jina National TV show say on chile I do more cases or more.
There's a national ambulance case, the mathematical sets case, Moshosho rice case.
No, but what are the updates? You just
So
mentioned.
they have
what's the
dockets
updates on them?
with the individuals who have all been questioned. Evidence has been gathered against dockets, which means that the documentation upon which the attorney general will be going to court is ready. So it's only a matter of before they are taken to court and formally charged. The trial will begin. There's the duplicative digitalization case. There's a West Blue judgment debt case. There's a Bank of Ghana value for money audit. And now value for money audit is actually ongoing. That is completed based on the findings that are made. Action will be taken. There's the All African Games. Indeed, that one, the Attorney General, so the Auditor General has finished his audit, and in the next few days he will be releasing it. So I can disclose that to you. And several others, the Japan royalties, the Polo Club.
There's a lot of interest in the Japan royalties.
Yes, that one.
What's there?
So that one, they are almost done with the investigation, and once they are done, they will put to that. The Australia visa scandal, for instance, is a matter that has been looked into. The AFCON 2024 budget, and then the trade fair land case. Now, if you go to Yoko, they have over 40 cases. They are looking at over 100 people who have gone through the same process that I have just outlined. It has about 43 people who have gone various case.
You buy a betchaman for the person Bokrono, or Muya Kohifo, ye barbecho, and profowate ya buy me 1 year and almost 3 months in year. The Ensemo Moka, what they are still keep on doing is they are still acting as if they are in opposition. Campaign. Yo, yes, 1 and 2 months, 1 year, 2 months in year. You told Ghanaians, say, a man for Abokrono. You mentioned names. Your Attorney General went on what they call press conferences. Press conferences. On various press conferences, now all can say Binuma Bokrono and make allegations on how they in first 2 months in power. And then you were 1 year, 2 months in here. The government spokesperson, the audio in bigger than everyone. The government spokesperson is still talking, say, case way. Yes, so what is the update? A him fan amakwaduru. The guy can answer. The guy cannot answer. Don't forget to say, kwasiampanyin we are and about Bontembe promise Ghana for say NDC government is going to build check compounds across the country in the year 2025. 2026, you be saying now with the whole session about the same or say a year or no, and a year the spokesperson for the Minister of Health. Mima mi urusuruka kame mwakwaba, mimi aba ajwa sewa, konso mwakwaba yepa. Ana mimi kwa Joe abrefa onso me mwakwaba. This is the same person who Sanipa way. I am contemporary, but you know, me say the Msankrofo, you know, they can omutimi ton obuanim at the Masika. And in TNDC ni panini etumi sika is 70 million cities or the best spokesperson for the president here. They are all union and they say or this media for TikTokers, Facebook bloggers, YouTube bloggers say Omon position the Abino as a good president. Meanwhile, we know really clear say this is not the case. Things are not working well. And Trana Mudi, you know, achichiremo, the karma no achimo. Operation Recruit All Loot. Ye becha manfo agum. Moba ya enipa mienu ena modi mani esi omoso. Chama wuntumi ene adubu ahe. Case so it is said say adubu ahe ebedi nkunim Asen sue the NDC, in this case Ghana, because of the Omodia Yeno. Minya Jaru, Mimwakwa pa, comment style. Bajo tell me yepa. The case against Adubwa Heno, a case, a foolish case. Yen him say a foolish case. The case against Chamawun to me, another foolish case. It is just a political witch hunting, and idea Chamawun to me. But kwasi ampanyi for the sovusu kwachi timbe jina bontenka say we have seized all accounts of Chamawun to me, even the mobile money. And in your achievement though, that thing na mu ye you know, and just abuse of power and amoyo. It is abuse of power at the first place and the highest level. Yeah, seize Chamawun to me accounts nyina. Yes, seize Chamawun to me accounts nyina. A achievement of the order. Moya moa. I remember me rusu kano. I see it's true that that is what the TikTokers are doing, promoting and praising Mahama for no work done. That is the Etiomoka. And then I was saying, be the media no more soon or a TikToker. Adaya will say on Tiasia the entire Bashinteli, I'm for Sika Manu because Bashinteli the Sika Koma TikTokers in Kaifobi say, or Monfanya Juma man this, but your money ding. It's not Namaosu. So they are doing this with agenda say they can win the 2028 election by buying people on the media to promote Mahama, even though he's not doing nothing. The system is broke down. Every single promise the NDC gave has tended to be a failure, has tended to be a failed promise. And now we are forced, a teacher forced, nurse forced. Every Ghanaian, common Ghanaian, ATM, identity alert bail, ekosoro, ensu bail, ekosoro. Aduane hwa na wo man no. People have not, they don't have money, sika, to buy kenke to eat. But oka, na said ye kan, en kwasi a TikTokers bi, enam TikTok so catch say dollar aba form. O mama me ayase. Dollar aba form. Inflation aye den aba form. But what is the real impact of this dollar rate and the inflation in the life of the ordinary Ghanaian? I know bisa on sa asem no. Inflation aba form ne say Ghana ni babin tuminto prepaid. Enya light on fie. Is that the good effect? Dollar na aba form no. And they say ne petrol ne bokosoro na ana. Dollar na aba form no. And then they say ne a school for eco school munya duane ni. A teacher for yentua wonka. A nurse for yentua wonka. Is that the effect? Dollar rate got down when was farmer Ghana ni bana? No. Senka dollar rate ba form. Inflation ba form. Na ye true production and aba and the life of the ordinary Ghanaian should be better, not worsen. What do we see? Worsen condition of life for every citizen. And let tamale for esu omoni nantwie nom na enom nsuo. Mahama ni krom. The majority leader ni krom. And nantwie ne mboa aka omo ho abomo omoni nipa esa nsukro nom. Ode tna TikTok ho na ye Mahama is the whole. Prr. Ode tna ho na ye Mahama is the whole. Prr. Na bo nsem na bo wataba mu na sa. Jimmy o mine na enne yedi ni nyina ama Mahama ni nua no. Mahama ni nua no omo afa Ghana mine. It is for them. It is their private business. And your more private agency or more manage. Every sector in the country it is under the Mahama's brothers watch. Zakaria Hassan say has asked for Chamawun to me matter is a inside work. It's a hand to hand of Mahama and his brother. Doing this against Chamawun to me is a political harassment period. It is not only about political harassment. John Mahama, brother Ibrahim Mahama, want to acquire all the mining companies here Ghana Maimo. So everything concerning mining in the country called Ghana will be the property of Ibrahim Mahama. And now I say there is another issue. Into your partner say, na ye won Mahama, John Mahama. Mahama is the hope. He is a hope. Udesa boom kwasi atopa. Mude bunya hore. Meso de transona sa na boom kwasi atopa. Say Mahama is doing something good for the country. Mahama second coming is worse than his first coming. And I'm taking my things. Masama American piano. I'm taking my words very clear. Asama ifiri number sabre we asama American piano. I take my words very consciously. I say me ni obi atemo. I'm telling you the truth. O man na da ho no. Eye Mahama ni nwi ane de. John Mahama biribi o kan say na nado dan kwa Akufo-Addo say oye old to be corrupt. Na yewura na nado o kan sa asem no because onim say ono no mokro no but gabi nom ni bedi atuo nom ebetimi abokro no na ma yewura danado eko pensioner omo ahwe no. That is what Mahama is now practicing. Ono de onamo and oni amanfo twitwa pictures. And only ordinary Ghanaian twitwa pictures. And na all sere de children ordinary Ghanaians. And na oye ne ho comedian our platforms so. At the back of the scene no, his brother Ibrahim Mahama is stealing everything that he can steal. But ye jiminti yes yente ye hu ye emfa ye hu enye yasem da ye ni baba ye ho so no na His Excellency John Dariga Dramani Mahama has sold the country called Ghana completely to his brother. Yento asuna yenko yenim always still about Mahama. Right there. Business Mugu Ibrahim Mahama purchased a new Bombardier Global 6,500 private jet as his new private what them call a private jet. Now there is a case of you know why say why does it always happen this way? Say anytime Mahama is in power, his brother Ibrahim Mahama becomes more rich, more powerful, and he owns a lot of things in the country. Where now, what the video way? Yemia Junior Botrio, what is the name? A lawyer or young people need lawyer. Or bisa questions, be NTS asking when I am Samra,
I am not alleging criminality or anything. I am only saying that when Ghana was in the processes of acquiring aircraft for the armed forces, in the first during NDC's era in 2012, the president's brother also acquired his first private jet in the same year. And today, we are being told that Parliament has granted clearance for Ghana to acquire about an $80 million presidential jet. And today again, we are being told that the president's brother has acquired his Jata number 2, his private jet number 2.
So where's the impropriety?
So I'm not alleging any impropriety. Please don't put words in my mouth, kindly. If you want to allege impropriety, you have the opportunity to do so, but don't put words in my mouth.
So what's the point?
But the point I'm making is that why is it the case? Ghanaians are asking questions. If you go on social media, people are asking questions. That why is it the case that the president's brother, who we are all made to believe that is very, very wealthy and very, very rich, which we respect him for that, is an accomplished businessman, is only able to purchase private jets when his brother is a president, and number 2, when the government of the day is in the processes of acquiring an aircraft for the nation. People are asking those questions, and I think
The president knows about this, you know, and that's why he says, I'm too old to be corrupt. I'm not going to steal your money, because he knew his relatives would steal the money for him. And that's exactly what's happening. You know, he can go to a plush retirement because of Oyata and Gabi and everybody will look after him. Bumpty and Co will all look after him. The president knows about.
Yes, entertain me yepa. Asemna Yemia Junior Botche Bisaya no. A lot of questions so. 70 questions in one. Yenya Ebeka ya. John Mahama first time in parliament in presidency 2012-16. Ebeto abontene se Ghana ban kwa koto pray. Enipa na odi animu eye Mahama ni wia. De ne oye chief staffs, oye chief of staff kind of say presidential aid or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Government spokesperson. I think that he has a different position. Carlos Mahama, and Ibrahim Mahama. That young can say praying scandal no ever torso. I am so my UK for a year if you say Mahama was the person Odi Bonnie Bokronoa. Ye can ya at offensive special prosecutor na nim hu ebedi ntrochire Ghana for say Mahama mo krono no ye nyina ye te say sabre no Ibrahim Mahama na ne ho bon wo mu ye nyina te say sabre no so Mahama ni wi Ibrahim Mahama esan koto private jet sabre na mu. This time around Mahama is in power again. Ghana president the parliament of Ghana and so sabre we approve say yankoto prince in family Ghana abai. The same time the brother of the president at this time again also akwakoto prince fufuro. A consequence announce a organized crime in the presidency. Tiemiye pa eye krono eye wudie eye nkeka bomu bi omo keka bomu the idea was to steal the state. And I say assembly na copy assembly so it's possible say for good 2 times. For good 2 times Mahama ye president. Abrebi agana beto prem bi ani wi so to prem fufuro. And pray no mo kwa akoto no budget no mo de aba no e fan bi e cover sa private jet na papa na to na na e question o we e question am ebisa price na parliament approve no sa price no e fan bi e be cover Ibrahim Mahama allegedly say any pray no sika ne bi be kwa kutua ne ka na e konko achi konko asem na ye kaya na because it is something non-acceptable and reasonable. So how can say every time the president is in power, his brother get money to buy a new private jet? Na nkapaga na manya yetimi. Akufo do ye president. Na Gabriel said na akwa to plane, private plane. Nka Jubilee House just a bubugu form. Enka Jubilee House, enka bubugu form. Mimi Zakaria answer say, how can one person buy a jet when his brother is in power? Many Ghanaians are asking this question. The family should come and answer it. Mahama do nyansa free no ho. Oh mama you are not that. Obeyi na Nicola to say the panyini atafem. Abusa message say like video no na share mama. Na comment so na me hu na menchia o kama. Minfa buoni ni die emfama. Message say but more like video no and I share mama so yeah. Who subscribe to this channel so I message up as more than subscribe. Na be kan abusuankuo kese no harass me the abusuankuo no so. Say be ba live bia ubenya notification say aba no aba be kan yo. So the questions still remain. What is going on? There na ekoso. Adenti abrebia Mahama beba be di Ghana konya bia no. Nimia Ibrahim Mahama o making a lot of success in his life. Adentia na samita na running tentem no sa sika no yejia ye di kogu Ibrahim Mahama ne botomu ana. Sabio ne gold na sami jamfi eto na yesi Ghana abansi onhia mfaso bia mfiri so no. Eno so no mebisa yeto edema Ibrahim Mahama ema ni nya so mfaso okwan bi so ana. These are simple questions ewo me my ignorant way no me bisa na Ghana for enya sabio explanation on what is going on in the country, because it is not acceptable. This thing cannot be accepted. And then look at something else. We are the fufrobi ababeto. And then the yam no kase. And in maybe so say a consequential and answer a plan. Because the next one me no kase. Ibrahim Mahama ye John Mahama Niwia was sign akwaje another mining site. And then officially Ibrahim Mahama ni there. I say to your mind, now the president and his people. O manager padie nyina omo sesa na enye hwe na sa manfo enni asem nka na they see everything as good there. Na say Ghana as a country, we have a very serious problem. Na say Ghana as a country, no, we have a problem. We need to solve it before we can be better. Now look at this. Theo, listen to this one. Listen to it very well. It's very important. Government hands over Gold Fields diamond mine site to Ibrahim Mahama. Ibrahim Mahama's engineers and planners, after Goldfield was forced to surrender the mining site. Yes, state capture. Brandon, this is for opposition. No, one of the things, one of their expressions, and some are no more capa. And it's another danko kufuado ni anum. Obon practice bibia. Miss Abre no kurano. Na minim the assistance. Yes, state capture. And then Goldfield for omo mining site no. Ghana buying AGF from Munsem the money Ibrahim Mahama by force. Into the transe. Nothing at TikTok no so. Na keka nkwasi asem na din semfon na promote John Mahama say oye adwuma. Ebre no duru a wa na obehu. And it's also your NDC TikToker. Now the Jimmy and Adokro war. Now you have nothing better to say. You see nothing good to say to talk about the country. You can't see the evil practice and crofo ye. Now so bet transe. Now what procedure Mahama Banya. Yes, a train behu bohanso obehu. Because the ekosono. Time, fed it is clearly what? Abuse of power. A clear case of abuse of power and corruption practices are hodwa and crofo were exhibiting at the highest level without being ashamed of it. They said the omo yeni biano, omo yo with the arrogance of power. Say they don't care. Because anya hwe no ye won krofobia ye tua won sika e wo media no more. All what they are doing is to praise John Darega Dramani Mahama and his administration, even though they are performing abysmally. Nenkosi daben ena nema we bekoso enti ene asema Mahama kan dabi no fatutu de ekoso isutie.
Knows about this, and that's why he says, I'm too old to be corrupt. I'm not going to steal your money, because he knew his relatives would steal the money for him. And that's exactly what's happening. He can go to a plush retirement because of Oyata and Gabi and everybody will look after him. Bamti and Co will look after him. President knows about.
Enti sa practice we na Mahama onim say enche ne brebeso. Said the oba first timer. Okotom Boxside, the man Nimiana Anchama and Pipi by moi, ye different in some no, and now was shall send them. Say imponiso or mobile position, Kurana, and a so moncono, now or more didi, amen. Now, private jet, no more question. Do you believe, say, that private jet is a product of Ibrahim Mahama. And to Ujune Pase, Mimia Wutie me awheme. Do you believe, say, the private jet is Yankane say Ibrahim Mahama? Nidia, there be Mimia Ujune Sawakachi. That private jet is John Mahama's own property. Temiyepa. Sa private jet no, John Mahama ne personal property. Na Mahama no wasoro, oye kromfo dada. Enye ne na osha ase obokro no. Before anso no ba politicism, no ye tunhye mu wura. Enti kro no ho adwene de onimpa. He is using his brother to acquire wealth. Said the amanfo nye den. Amanfo nka se onumbom na ebo kro no. Enti ode ni wian na ebo man no kro no den de pa. And that is what is going on. Where listen to what Mahama said.
Our laws to eliminate excessive waste in the procurement of government supplies and projects. Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. And just this morning I was reviewing some of the procurement reports. And there was this procurement for poultry farmers. 10,000 units of something. And it was single source. The reason for single source was urgency. And one company was giving the contract to supply 10,000 units of whatever it was. The supplier and the person who assembles it was not allowed to bid. And so the company who that won it went to the supplier, bought the items for 4,500 and came and sold them for 6,600 to government and walked away with 21 million cedis on that supply. I mean, how can you do this? I mean, it was our own company we're running. How would we do a thing like this? But that is government bleeding. Everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop.
Yes, and Mahama is complaining say a sourcing a problem. But at the same time, no ankasa ne huni pasa mi jamfi akofaba. Hey, Krofo, me say Kama is a fucking bitch. Kama, a fucking bitch. Am I now and say ma? You just need to be patient, and everything will expose the lies and the propaganda you build against Nanado just because we wanted to paint the picture of the MPP as what? Enye, NDC Sami Jamfi awarded 11 million gold board contract sole sourcing to the deputy chief stars of NDC Ghana government. But Mahama says sole sourcing a crime. Enti onkochi Sami Jamfi. Aye. Yewura Mahama na kan yo. Osi say aban person for adwuma ma adwuma bi na omonye na aban no amiem antum ama obi bia am contest na ye de man nipa ba akọ e kro no enti ene Sami Jamfi has done the same thing. John Darega Dramani Mahama, it is your time to arrest Sami Jamfi. And now power, you just need to call the police IGP, the Yoko boss, the OSP. Kwesi mese fire me ya. So monkochi Sami Jamfi because I so sourcing. Na monkochi no because wa bokro no. Wa na ukama ete yese so sourcing ye krono. And to go and do the right thing. The question no. Me say the NDC is robbing Ghana. Ye bo amanfo no krono. Krono na amanfo ye de bo mo no nya de kitwo. Every sector ni wiamo akromfo nko a ene di party na nim. My main kind message was the same people demonstrated and prevented Hon Brian Chempon from purchasing the state hotels, which were already in bad shape. But today, they claim it's good for Ibrahim Mahama to buy state assets. Aye, hypocrisy at the highest level. Zakaria Alassane said this is the reason why they keep all the media at moot since NDC came to power. all radio stations and TV stations are quiet. They are no more talking. They are all silent but Almighty Allah is watching them. And this is what I want to tell Ghanaians. Say, Mumenka yakumantu yeyam. Because said the day will come. There will be a day whereby the judgment will be open for each and everyone to respond to whatever he or she did. Abusia mami famunsia na me phone license tumna amamfo so ntumemfrɛ enkyerɛ one adwene. What I want to tell you is say the free education is about what? It is almost done. It is gone. It is gone because the finance minister don't want to give monies made for the education to go on because and I'm saying onim say omani sika sabio education education is he may not become the president or the vice president of the republic coming 2028 enti asikafo mienu na ekon akasefo mienu na ekon and amamfo so suffer in silence. Yenko what is going on from the schools. If you are na yetie yewia afenyo markings mabie for
so this is for all of you. One fish is for all of you.
Yes. That's my praise the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord. And it is your gift which you are about to receive from the grounds. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Mr. Speaker,
I was done for assembly area who video na me botcher na aduane school for no di no school men and na nim hwim e nkate ne nsuo na ya hona ma because the Ghana government of today is interested in buying private jet rather than to take care of the citizens. Let's listen to the fight that is going on. I didn't count no more pa. I was a former beer phone last night to musu to me for now watch the wadring on the topics and Ras Media, yes, swa, ede April. Video we cinema munya koswa. Then I will greet everyone. I will make it here. And your first time our platform was a message about than subscriber. Fawonsa esi adomano so se unyan subscribe yem fawonsensi so a se de be ameba life obenyan kai bosema ba na oni me nyina abedi djuma. Yebo video we si na manya ko bia na me de bibia ebesi ha.
Has warned teachers against picketing during working hours and advised them to use official channels to address their concerns. Mr. Speaker, I am happy seeing my big brother, the Honorable Minister of Education. I'm happy seeing him in the chamber. I think this is an opportune time for the majority leader to program him to fully brief us on this situation. Mr. Speaker, you cannot use administrative fiat to deny somebody his constitutional bona fides. That right to demonstrate, to picket, is being denied teachers. Mr. Speaker, that you are issuing threats when you are not there. The Director General of GS, he's forgotten you yourself, you are a lawyer, and you would embrace in your practice. You practice in the area of human rights, and a constitutional bona fide is being denied, Mr. Speaker, this is unacceptable, and the minister would have to come and brief us on this matter. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the nurses, if they are getting a better treatment by way of their arrears, why can't you do the same for teachers? And Mr. Speaker, the minister is only telling the media that as for him, he is there. If he is there, he doesn't have a problem. The problem is the finance minister. You need to reconcile. You sit with him at cabinet. Now you have just come. We will spare you. We will not put too much pressure on you. But Honorable Minister, the teachers need clearance. Put pressure on the finance minister. He's your junior brother. Tell him to approve for you to recruit. It's not enough to tell the media that it's not your responsibility. That's unacceptable, Honorable Minister of Education. I'm sorry, today is your first day at work, but we need to do our job. The teachers are suffering. Yes, of course, we all know. We all know the situation, and we wish him well. He's our brother. Mr. Speaker, we need the teachers to be employed. They need to be recruited. Is it a sin to train as a teacher? Didn't you promise employment? And then all that the minister says is that the finance minister has not given clearance. You sit in cabinet with him, talk to him, and engage him, and get him to give you clearance. Instead of you people paying attention to the critical issues in the economy, you are fighting over who will succeed President Mahama.
Yes, Abusian for Yemi Hadina Drusu. I can't kama pa. The Okan instead of the NDC to think about how to solve issues in the country, they are rather there fighting among themselves who to succeed John Mahama, and it is very, very, very unacceptable. Abusian for I think say my beautiful last night, but no one is calling. But wait, let's listen to this video before we go.
Now can say NDC full soldiers say one expand age limit nim every 25 and 35 no be apply. Minister for Interior Honorable Muntaka and so edges our populist idea need to catch Ghana for say Kanena na fa police, immigration, fire service, any prison service junior ranks and other ranks junior recruits one for AC 25 or tremu akọ 35 nti wo a wanyi edu 35 bia kra to me apply no emma dodo na nya adwen bi se ene aban akọ tam slot bebre nti no ene obi anso apply ene omo gigi obi a 220 series application form omo wie ye no over 500,000 over 500,000 youth ene ode omo nsem sika aban atwende free sa mrante ne maba wa omo ni adwuma ehwe ne mu sika aban be mo adwuma yi ho through this recruitment 113 million cities and over. Or Jesus can free yepe and okoye aptitude test be no computer and internet near the no so unya kwatna na wo yepe o click ya titro dodo over 70% ababi out here on internet NCC so no ubie ya be 2 minutes na teko network netiko abeba no na say time out enti no unye question ne kra no na say why disqualified sa kwase boy su de yentna ho e ma mrante ne maba we Ghana ha mosa aka no ebi to forms no miensa oto miensa na so aboka 660 akwani ba otwa ye de screening the body selection the call internet cafe o ma boka bebre and is aban when him pay say 5,000 pen na ba befa and na utwa ntro e de leo wom e de dada wom e ma 500,000 apply so the be abenya sika fi omo ho no atwa ho abeka say 5,000 pe and afa dia wabu am kwase a on for mu sika sama ewie ne sanso ewie say ye hwehwemu a mu edo pa ne edo sa recruitment scam we are buying and an insashasi ehwehwemu yie ne yesesam ne yetutu bibia hyehye ne yie ansa ya toaso na ka buying the head na scam emrant over 500,000 say said yo mu buafu afa so omo ete omugu mountain so a insecurity serious national security threat on for musica maom ne hwehwemu ne NCC recruitment ne yi ye mama aban kwan e mo ngoso a scam wa scam ekuafo o sambe scam emrant obuni adwuma
for Yama bet 5 or 10 women and commatisa, Capatin between Aquay. Could African, you want politics, and we had any international, we didn't look and conform on one who didn't be beyond a boy. Tomobo will be on your fans having me age, I move to say, they may refuge 50. What am I say? It's me. Say a PB security service in Army qualified money, and I mean, you might be put in a cock baby. But I didn't bit my a be an old fast, be an army, baby, and I mean, what am I say? Bram, my bro, be a man who didn't be under him, or no coco shimway, and no, bit my boy, I'm yet to me at the forefront. What am I say? Bam, turn and this for the Nako you. Because these boys on my bread, then I could find the mobile and these NPP by no, I'm far away, and we go who say NDC one no more almost recruitment and no more the smasi into almost buy upon forms once pet I could find the time only one once on packing in go make she so almost same for go made a be anamica say me boys me and son or me NPP for no more or 40 years as your foul yeah no permit to have names about telephone number or police service don't go change your current payday was something a beer. And get the behind the true. And no matter what room, I'm almost again, I say police officers. Now then, I'm with more abundance of small petrophobia. Correct. Ube be one. What's so funny per 5,000? 5,000 we are no bisa a papa say 5,000 also a security service and I who no be a cabino. Now only police service and now all the security service near 5,000. Now 5,000 now a car ben criteria ben how fast now what they for? Good team could you? Because the criteria fast and papa there at then for 5,000 there for 4,000 Emma party no we are number 1,000 I there moon penny for no number the business it more divided 4,000 to 276 constituency if be a constituency be about 14 or so and will be a binya and your crowd my constituency be at 10 because you now know we are more 2 near the day or more BM club by 3 no automatic for police back no for that side 1-1 and on the quay because you know so protocol if disqualify umda or be disqualify make man be me concerns I was always there I was down Medina other Accra the road or be a court of mania make man more winning in a disqualify more 2 we are no busa say one man now far no what me no for the pen last before this week Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no obia da pending. Adeche Monday off obia disqualify. E dey be criteria now the fire. E dey be share now the go. Now you say for 5,000 and now ton force be 500,000. Because you your internal chrono. So when you say for 5,000, I don't know what ton e here from up to 200 250 near the internet so Kojo, I didn't say to me, trans and I share bonnie say near the fact your party for no. Hey, party for no. We are no busa. Now, the money I am putting is a minister and Mukasa say, yeah, dear, only want to so protocol also be biaso. We are no busa, Mr. Minister, and you be out your sure get qualification. And you say the phobia man, I interior minister and Kawan and Kabe qualifier now. Kojo and come here, the what was it? And you want to move to qualify. Who cry education? I agree now, yeah. It agree that can Yerikopoku go now. Yerikopoku advance or any other to carry deputy minister and go to Northern region can be over and Katia and Bruce. Then Kawadeba. Yet, Mamma, I qualify because of protocol until I consider I'm a Wababe interior minister. Who be interior minister? We are now to a young Piama party for. Now, me rebel me Bremo Mampania or Tessone. Who's a do baby? Me, we are no on the way, then producers now, Bamame. One so more ways so much bomb. One more could not simply so. Sir, a party phoning in Uncle Macuman to enter me, meaning near rounds. Bianca Nacuman, the way and people more francophonia, the other more fear, best 8 years, also bow, and this is also Ghanaians will be make sure almost so ever formed much security service on one new tone of Hokai. Now we not all the other Kokoma Papa beginning
Malik so can the same thing.
Yes.
I'm trying to see who can get the video.
Me for the president
Malik the also can as a bongo or something.
Thank you.
Say or be make sure say be a year 400 of them into the military
fire services.
Yes, I mean, you make all these promises, yeah.
Now when the money yeah and this is for do baby and this for on person so as papa. last 2 weeks we call parliament we name me chance they go check a connection we do one mini MP sakese na o me senior members no wo mo no mo frɛ de ko check kukwam ne ye bonkomo yes mo ade de mo amakwa na chi de wo kuyo ye kra 11 ne ade no de mai enti mo mpanimfo na mo mutimi ne nkasa ye be collection obia ndisi ni bia wo hwe TV na wo hwe ne bia musa na wo say anya bi mutakase ye change na fi one way minister education minister yaji omu position film parliament education minister de na oka campaign un kakra mutaka ye omobia ya wese on campaign won nyane hwe wanyane enne campaign because me president talk koye ba bi omu koye bia ye di ka kompo antro maba ho wanyane ba bia pa no constituency ye wie na sa wo won obi ode security man atamfo da no man pani etima pege the whole Ghana security ama watamfo no atamfo take decision we no we party no and me tima catch us say na no rand ya beti be 15% of so NDC supported to we conform to abama NDC watiegu onye party ni watiegu to Mustafa mutakaso number 25% onu so tiegu we are not going to say all the institution na company na cabinet company ko fa ba say omno mo ye we no omno mo recruitment no institution heads ni na he esan ye na mo nyaage to mo wi a na ka kire say me so oboa me hwehwe mu am ye police Ghana police service wo IGP nya we no wa ne HR ma sign bibia mo de ko enko regional ka the company wo baba ye dai wo company ba be recruitment a wo the way ni be kire IGP wo be come IG say company ni the person no mo dey recruitment say ni no mo chiche na IGP the man legal team na legal ni hwehwem wi are wo the IGP na IGP are refer to attorney state attorney no no so advice ultimately say we nyina process we nyina ba ko kra no course
and grassroots for
ultimately na mo atwa fanche because sabi de nipa benye no kofie no bomba ye kakra mo benye die nti any company no beye nti na no anu no kwadwo na mo afasa akwanya wezo ama metima ka cho say ne NDC registration mo ye krampo so mo nche mo de obi ampo so onye ye to aba akana show om so mo nye obi aso register wo om so mo nye but on be ko be books go obi aso onye because o mu mfa so mo nya free party so eti o didi o mo anya dey enye o mo ade eti mo titisa ade we mu akana show you NPP no ni ye to omo krani ade no once omo yes am good way na mo no ni nyina atiagu mpa wi na no obeti ase national chairman say o thank you to wo to wu asemo sifio ye cabinet member yes o timi do na si from na mo transfer from panifo emergency meeting mo to niema say de be ya grassroots akoma beta omo yo nya no na wo nam Ghana say wo to for hot say omo ya mo omo ni ade na wo ta na no say Joe no wo say enke fa nipa 500,000 one enke be kronfo ama obi akwakochi na ofie eti ada na fa nipa 500,000 wo sa aka sa asemo yi ache party fund wo to de na akwache obi asemo asifie adwuna wo mutim nyina say who succeed John Mahama eno pe na omde na mo ya kotu abakwadwo ya to aba less than 2 na na be obi afram so kwadwo mu kuma ntomo mu yam asimasi bade a ono de obe make sure mo beton so sabi wa dwene ya juma
odwene de oba no
ya no aduane ma fa ne atiasi we so obi ya men care for the next one meanwhile my talk Ghana more than 10 times
fifia
na ma be dia bi
Kesben 92.9 the bia
woni de bad this time abudu agumwasum yesu yenka ya no ntumu da because jiminie me bia mo be ma party no o man ni betu abati ya 2028 ye bi ni mo ye benya kukudwa be ka kire mo say jimie muntiro na munya monim said we are the organ here muntiro na munya monim jobi na munka say we are the organ here na muntiro na munya jiminie ma mo de momfa obia mo de nkrofo mo deserve bibipa awo NDC mo no mamumfa ma mo nkrofo mo deserve bibipa mamumfa na mumfa mmua to position biasa we are the organ here 2028 ye be hwe nkrofo betu aba okrumu ha ye be hwe nkrofo say mu pena muti brofo we are the organ here hwe kwase aba na naba anamoa kwase ampani ba we aboa ba ko aponchi ba we sempapa be na okafa NDC ho ebra mu chon position sempapa be na kafa mu ho a etachi obi akoma obi atu abama mu na ba na moa so dudo se na owini mamu akra dudo se na owini mamu amuti wo na we are the organ here hwemu hwe onabo mu ntaka we ondabo mu ntaka nko ade obema NDC alusu over million votes our NDC mo na bo muntaka mu di ejuma ma obi a mu hwe se ejuma na media ma simesi waja na onye ano ni sa mo appointing ni panic keke no reason adwibia ni mu pointing ni pa politics want to see age school nyansa no ekitu bi efie nyansa bebe me Alexa go se mama obi ejuma se be do hama me na ma more advance se metim be hwe se ejuma na we wie sana me di advance na ma wana me ntimi fa advance mo bra me hu sa wa ejuma na se mu nye mo mu nim so mutaka gu party no mutaka on deserve ejuma na wo ye no on deserve mutaka me mfre no na buda because ejuma ide se unse unye ejuma no deserve se be fro honorable se timi fro he ada on mutaka party NDC eni dia mu jimi se na ye kanu kura kire mu no mu jimi se no party ni ko pochi se mu be fa mu kwasia back adwana ko cha do kire enye no bi na oforata ejema MPP foi mutaka nkrofo mu deserve police mu on form ana kwasia fo oguso fa MPP fo ama NDC fo e sofa we jimi ana se mo ni su na ebri mu mutaka we jimi ana se na bod down no bo mutaka wa bod down mun penu kre mu be jimi mu be kosa jimi se ya obi a odi ze police mutaka obe ka kire se uni qualification NDC mu pena mu nim qualification akufuodo monkey we po ba frɛ mamu mu po na nse ye po o recruit ni pa do so recruit mo police mu omu da so ye djuma da sa mu da so ye djuma mu pena mu nim brofo qualification 2028 qualification to ba mo amma mu okromo ha on se mo ntimi an hwehwe qualification e kire kwa ma na nto ba ma mu okromo ha me party ni ko position be me pay police ko me pay be akọ but nya na mo be tu a youth be tu about 2028 no me meka muntaka nto na mo papa bia o gu party no muntaka gu party no e condition fridge na dream e condition man na dream block nti edi simpani fo so na ye ka kire mu mudi aduma mudi juma mo obi mo hwehwe se nipa oduma na mudi masa nipa kro oye ana se onye mu bodam
dem kwasiafo na pritumi 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 dem kwasiafo na pritumi
National Serial College in Texas. The commodem. A comedy. Oh. Ye na ye say ye na menu su fide ye na menu ye dey. Ehwe. Say ye na yakwa tete adodode na side aba.
Na wan ya pen mun twen kakren.
O say me awa de bia me ba ha me catch say me wo me time period bia
what set the
ma set the ato say eso na say minsan wana say minya de minya ya.
We ja party na.
Minja party but minim de me ya me de minya de me. But as a leader, kendini a me di amanfo nim. Sende
bi wa say obi esu ndis obi ase.
Ina me say me nu na ye djuma. Wo ye senturoni. Uye a ube ye kasa wi a ube ma another minute. Ye de be phone in ana me boa. We di come of phone in. Another ube samo.
That is the time no wa.
Sa pepe. De bia no wan kan se munim se de edwuma na de etie sende obi be jono so be free radio so a you know how it is dem ka so atma se obi be jono so be free radio so a unim se de etie inti sende ansa no okwabra no betime ewurem kwamponya some few minutes ai de akasa no ubo so kita phones miesa no direct the same number let me bre text kwampo no so one can so be read WhatsApp messages who message say dey eba na nipa da se ni benya adaje atena se eti radio hu a day obi okwabra ne timi frɛ radios be 8 9 ye nua be masule no krasa 7 nani oye disabled nani hu ade o but on frɛ de bia say nipa no party about power aman or sorry baby obeda kwapa den aye de ama no
baby obeda aye de ama
me na me catch out send dan ka onti na ono ani fie
okay
onti ono ani fie ne waka so o baby oti na ono
party ni ko pedan man
na me say na say ye man bibi na say e support no ana say ye man no ade bia because na ye disable for omuye djuma say e pe baby de man no na she na at least bosome so na so benya kakra ye de apodwa ono so ni income no me mpere ma me hu sisi a yes ye ma me amepe but me chita for omo di mechi members na omo ye de omo di echi na de bia no hwe ube
sawa se de na mo pe
me say
ye ma musika
enye sika
ye ma mo djuma
opportunities bi e wo ho bi e wo se ye de ma
opportunity ebi sen
ebi say ebu at say in the security services omo recruiting crop ye wo college omo ye young
so omo fa process ni mo
na me say me ka
no but so omo bi to so omo fa process
na me ka just say me ka se ma kire o se uko ka kire obi say and they say
the nkwasiafo na pre the nkwasiafo na pre to me the nkwasiafo na pre to me the nkwasiafo na pre.
Yes, that is it. Ya the nkwasiafo na pre to me. Aye. Ya di ntro kire mo. Ya dada mo a ama mo so mo fall into our trap there. Ya nsaka to me na we don't know you because mu ye nkwasiafo a ye de mo ebe pay to me. Sese ya nsaka to me there. Ye de ye ho beto yen. Mahama ne nabusuamfo ewie sika ase dunkatia ene ne ma enya big positions. Hadina Idrusu edi ni position. Sami Jamfi edi ni position. Ibrahim Mahama afe mpo na wonye ni sika kese. But wono a ukoye campaign ekobu atopampone wa abontene Mahama ise ho no. Yeso ye kwase ampanyi na wo chimi nti ene edo ebe pay to me. Eha na mede mo besie but let me take some of the comments on the screen. I mean, say a beast. What do you have to? Do you have? You are calling another monkey Abu Abiba. Thank you, my brother, for responding to that stupid guy. I think I was Mahama is seriously pocketing the youth. I think I was they have not seen nothing yet. I microphone no much school. So what sort of food is that? I had Mahama dema free education for no, and I'm a butcher. I'm in fan check. I say, Mammy Dinka, I Mimia Zakaria Hassan, Michel Yepa, Edawase, and then Wopre. Sasuna made in check. I say, Mammy Baurus, Ukaka, Mamma Yafrim Poma, Jaru Kwaku Apia, Michel Yepa, Mimia, come stai, Sabene, and a Mimia Kojoa Brifa, Michel Yepa. Mimia ba adwa sewa Michel Yepa, Mimia Samuel Okono, Michel, Mimame Esteke Badima, Michel Pa, much love to you, Mame. Sansona memia ba ama mechiao memia debi ando wonso mechiao yaw amo akufo mechiao Moses odro mechiao me maame Diana Pia wonso mechiao yepa abusianfo me da munyina ase ene mo bre matwen senka manfo obefre but I think say today there are no calls coming so I think I have to end the video here and make sure say ochna yankopo ya aduma yebesan ahia wo ha biem na yasan adidi ye ho enkomo mesro say ne ene your first time waba channel we so a don't go without subscribing mesro say but more than subscribe to this channel na be kan Ras Media abusuankuo no ho say de be ya bia no me ba live for wo benya notification say maba no abe ka me ho na edi dwumadie ahyehye so ti mesro say video no like re ho hia me pa ye nipa be say 100 ene ye hwe video sa bere we mu me likes no only 29. Intimaso say like video no mame na subscribe so say unsubscribe ya fa unsia esi adoma no so na yenyina ye me yabusia ba akon e saa platform we so me de obesia na yasen ahia foforo bem ene me da mo nyina ase me din ene Mr. Mafo until we meet again adios.